Welcome to the Journey to the Hunt podcast, where we talk about all things outdoors, hunting, life, and family related. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to the Hunt. Appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. So today we have a different type of guest for you. This guest is born and raised in Florida, now lives in the Midwest. He's a deep sea fisherman, an avid bird hunter, a waterfowl hunter, which is something that I don't typically get into. So I'm super excited to hear about what got him into waterfowl hunting, the passion that he has for it. How he learned how to become a waterfowl hunter, because that's one of the things that I plan on doing as some of my next steps in my development is becoming a hunter. So, Jimmy, thank you very much for joining the podcast. We appreciate you coming on here. Let everybody know a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it. This is kind of new to me. I've never done this before, but yeah. So I'm Jimmy. Just moved up from Florida up to Indianapolis. So I've been, growing up fishing, and that's kind of how I got into hunting and moved up here, and started duck hunting. Met these guys at the gym, and that's kind of how we started hanging out.
And you grew up saltwater fishing down in Florida, right?
Yeah. So I've spent months down in the Bahamas, chartering boats and stuff like that, fishing, diving, all that stuff, and
So straight off the rip, because everyone's going to want to know, biggest and best catch.
Yeah. So we took a trip in August, and we went down to out of St. Petersburg. We went down off Fort Myers, about 170 miles, and we actually caught a blue marlin out there. Spent 2 days out there. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And then we catch a bunch of grouper, deep water grouper. I'm not really into so you guys call it deep sea fishing. That's how you know somebody's from the Midwest. They go, we would go deep sea fishing. Okay.
Yeah, that is a good point.
See, that's what we like.
You go offshore fishing.
Offshore fishing. You got inshore, offshore.
So that's the difference. That's how you learn who's from who, right?
Exactly.
You go offshore fishing, we go deep sea.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you get down to Florida and you see the big, you go on the pier and you think you're all cool and all the deep sea fishing advertisements and everything. Yeah. That's what you think you're doing. You guys are just going offshore and going fishing. That's a normal day for you guys.
And catching some nice fish.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
I mean,
right?
group is
I've
great.
seen the pictures.
Group is great eating.
Y'all check them out.
I absolutely love eating grouper. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah.
It's
if I catch it myself. Yeah.
Jimmy,
no,
what's your handle on Instagram?
Jim Buckaroo.
Yeah, Jim Buckaroo.
Jim Buckaroo.
Check him out.
That's where it's at.
Hey, the dude's caught mad fish. We kill a lot of ducks. We have a good time with it.
Yeah, but I mean, last year when COVID hit, we just spent, a bunch of time. I got stuck down in Key West, so we spent 5 months down there, pretty much, and just
really,
yeah. So all the way from April on, and the world was shut down. Not down there. We were just going fishing every day. So if you haven't,
thank God for the governor in Florida. Hey, I got to give him hands for that. Hey, dude didn't back down.
My man.
I've actually been to Key West.
Dude didn't back down.
I've been to there's the Bell, the southernmost part of the United States and whatever, which is the tourist mark. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I have a picture of me standing on top of that thing, looking way out to where you think you could see Cuba and stuff like that. So Key West is a cool spot.
Oh, I've never been. I need to go.
It's small.
So,
but
one of my dream things is to lobster dive in Keys. In the Keys. You done that?
Yeah.
Dude, I'd love to catch some lobsters down in the Keys.
Yeah, it's really fun. So, I've done a lot of, lobster diving, how you put it.
Whatever you want to say. I don't know what they call it down there.
I don't know. But,
catching
going
lobsters.
lobstering.
Yeah, right.
That's what I call it.
It's the same thing.
Whatever.
I'm from New England, right? So in Maine, in New Hampshire, and off the jetties and on the cold water, it's the same thing. You go lobster catching, lobstering, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's the act of catching a freaking lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just like to go diving.
You guys
for
have
them.
linguistics, so you guys don't have the claws.
Yeah, no. So Florida spiny lobster, which in my opinion, I think they're a little bit better. They're not as sweet as the northern lobster, the Maine lobster and stuff like that.
Okay.
But little different texture. Definitely no claws. It's just the tail.
So they have no claws.
No.
That's a distinction.
See, I don't know.
So and they're spiny. So you grab them and they're where their head is, or what you would consider their head, like that's like spiky. Like if you grab them, you'll get some pricks in your fingers.
Okay.
Like the ones up north, they don't have any of that. They're
Right.
smooth. You know.
Soft,
Yeah,
soft,
they got the
soft
claws,
shell, if you
yeah.
want to call it that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I did a bunch of
That's
diving
dope,
growing
yeah.
up. But you know, going back to like where I went in the Keys, like we spent so much time down there. Well, it's like really deep, right off of Key West. I mean, you go, 15 miles out, and you're talking like, almost 800 to 1,000 foot in certain areas.
Wow.
So we got really big into deep dropping. It's kind of like newer, but it's done with like electric reels. So, you can go out there and do it with, hand crank reels. Good for you if you want to go do that. That's the worst thing ever.
That's got to be a
Give
workout.
out like 5 times and then you're done. Your
That's
arms
also bad.
smoke. But yeah, so we fish with like 8-pound weights. In some instances.
Wow.
Yeah, 10, all the way up to 10 if you're fishing in the Gulf Stream. So you're using big tackle. People use giant rigs that are like 500-pound tests. I say fuck that. People say they think, oh, the fish are so deep, it's so dark down there, they can't see anything. And for you guys like who don't know much about like that deep water fishing,
No,
you
I
use
mean I
lights.
can see the
Yeah.
stumps. I'm fishing crappie.
Yeah,
off of.
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
you-
Like
I've heard that
Yeah.
about the lights and the
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah,
and
so
things
you're
like
using lights and stuff like that to kind of attract the fish or attract like the bait that the fish eat, like squid and stuff, which are attracted to light, obviously.
totally dope. Yeah.
Yeah, so
No, that's
and
crazy.
we use like 60-pound leader just all the way,
That's
and tie our
crazy.
own rigs, and it's because those fish can't see that stuff that deep compared to like a 500-pound clanky crimped rig
Right.
where they can hear it and they can see it. So yeah, we went and did that. We caught, I think our biggest snowy this year was like, I think it was around like 43 pounds. So big grouper, golden tile fish, a bunch of stuff that looks like aliens that some people have never seen,
So get on the waterfowl side.
All right,
I
so-
know this is.
Well-
hey, we can go in. We're gonna
Yeah.
go
Well,
into another.
Hold on.
So I
because-
can tell you how
we
I
can go in.
transitioned
Yeah,
into
because like,
waterfowl
see,
hunting.
Journey to the Hunt is
It's
hunting,
the-
right? So fishing is hunting. You're
Yeah.
Fishing is hunting.
The
Yeah,
concept in and of itself is still the same, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cool that you were able to do that and you learned all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess we could get into it, but like,
Yeah. So
No, transition over. I mean,
okay.
we got a lot.
So I
yeah.
fished.
Jimmy, you're gonna be on here a
yeah,
few times.
I got buddies who I
Yeah.
fish with all the time.
Very educated.
And then
I love it.
a buddy of mine took me out duck hunting one time. We're from Florida, so that's like the end of the migration. That's the end of the road for the ducks. And so I went 2 years ago,
Sure.
and
They're at the bottom of the table.
I went and
Yeah.
hunted with them. I was like, this is kind of fucking awesome. Like, I really like this. So end up, getting up here a year later, and I was like, you know what? Like, every time I came up here, I have seen ducks, like in just a bunch of them, ducks, geese, whatever. So anyways, I started getting ready to hunt for them. I moved up here in September, so October was opening of the season, and I was like, hell yeah, like, let's go do it. And I went out and did it by myself. My first hunt was by myself on the first split of
That's
our
awesome.
season.
Hey, that's awesome.
Hey,
It-
if you ever
no
listen
doubt
to
about it.
episode 2 of Journey to the Hunt, we talk about boots on ground. That's
Yep.
the definition
That's
of
boots
it right
on
there.
ground.
Getting
Yeah.
yourself out there, doing your stuff.
So
Ain't no
Your
doubt.
passion started in Florida, though.
yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure. But I mean,
right.
like,
Hey.
up here, it's much more of a a viable thing. Like, hunting up there, it's all public land. We have a lot more public land that we can hunt
Yes.
compared to up here.
South
so
is
it is
totally
it is
different.
cooler
Yeah.
to hunt down there. But like, you just don't get the big fat mallards like you do up here. Like, up here,
They don't make it there.
They are corn fed and
Them boys, you
they-
know how it is?
Yeah.
That's where, like, birds will go till they're pressured or they have to move. They're
Yeah.
pressured. I mean, if they got water, they got food, why would they leave?
yeah,
They got water, they got food, and they ain't got no pressure, why would they leave?
yeah.
It
Yeah.
goes back to boots on the ground.
No, I mean,
You know what I mean? You're going to push birds out. Pressure's everything,
yeah.
man. That's what
and that's a lot of
I
when,
can't preach it enough.
Yeah, when Matt and I went, Matt and Mark and I went hunting, like, I was like, listen, guys, like, I don't really like to hunt the afternoon. I like
Smart.
to let them roost and stuff like that. Because, I mean,
Yep.
I might not be a really experienced duck hunter. There's plenty of guys who know way more than me. But, I get to watch those birds every
right.
day. I hunt on my own property. And so
That's why we call him the Birdman.
yeah, so
Run.
you just you get to like see how the birds react and how they move around, and when you're hunting them and not hunting them, there's a lot of difference in how they act. So we just got lucky. I'm smack dab in the middle of like an area that just holds a bunch of migratory birds. I didn't know they were migratory birds until like literally just a couple months ago when they migrated out of here back up to Canada for the spring migration. But like tons of migratory birds come down here, primarily all mallards. Like, I mean, you're not
fat boys.
Yeah, fat boys.
Yeah.
You're not getting really anything else. A lot of Canadian geese too, but what's really cool is I got to watch the migration start this year, right? So like they came down from Canada, and Indiana's kind of like a good stopping point for them, at least for this season, kind of where we got a lot of birds coming for the Great Lakes, whatever.
It's a good year for them.
Yeah,
and everything
and
is. Yeah,
well,
I mean that's when it comes to waterfowl. Everything's adjustable. You know what I mean? It's adjustable.
Yeah.
So you might have 1 year. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean I got to hunt like a couple different places. I hunted out in Kansas this year, and I hunted here in Indianapolis.
But you got a big trip to Kansas.
Yeah,
hopefully.
and then
we're gonna get out there
down in Florida.
We're gonna shoot them out there.
Yeah, exactly. And
we're gonna burn
so
them
like
up.
I got to kind of see like here. When everything froze up, that was only like 2 or 3 times this year. And so those birds like it to be as far north as they can without it being, snow on the ground and frozen lakes. So they're trying to stay up north,
Yeah.
And so when we get a big cold snap, they might go down south of here, Tennessee, down past there, maybe Georgia. I'm not really sure. But, they'll migrate farther. But this is like right in that sweet spot of it stays around like, mid-30s. They love that, right where the water's not frozen.
Just before the freezing
Oh, my
point.
gosh, yeah. I mean, they want to be up here. And then they'll go right back up. I mean, they disappeared.
Can't give them too many cigarettes.
Yeah.
Dog.
Well, but I got to watch.
Oh, no, keep it going. 'Cause I'm learning. This is
No,
great.
well, I got to watch, watch the birds get out of here after that. And, like, people don't think about Indiana as, like, a duck hunting spot. But, like, you'll see thousands of birds, right over here. And,
It's all about food and frozen water, man.
So as someone who doesn't, as someone who listens to bird hunters talk, right, and someone like yourself who just became the bird hunter and things like that, where do y'all understand how do you learn what bird is what bird, right? Like, that's probably always the biggest question that everybody has, right? Because
Which
you hear
bird
about
is
like
which?
mallards and pinwheels and
Pinwheels. I love it.
I mean, I might not have said it right, but
Pintails.
pintails.
Yeah.
But like,
He's not a
is
bird
it
hunter.
just boots on ground? Is it just trial and error, or
You
like
see boots on ground, 100%.
Is it like
100%.
Jimmy? How did you
When
learn?
you see,
You just you get to. I mean, out there when you're out there, you might call a bird something else. Like it's a pintail's noticeable, but
You
like
train
diver.
your-
What did I call it? A pinwheel?
Yeah, pinwheel.
Pintail.
Like there's different birds that fly different ways, different sizes. Like mallards are
That's a good
big.
Big bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like you
see
can.
jacks, you see wood ducks. They're smaller birds.
They're small.
I
Dude,
do
you
know what
train
wood
your
ducks
eye.
are. I do
Yeah.
know what
It's
wood
just
ducks
like-
are from
Yeah.
it being in Indiana up at Brad's
and-
property.
Oh, yeah,
I know
Brad
what wood
got
ducks
wood
are.
ducks out there on
Yeah,
that creek.
and when you
There's no
hunt,
doubt.
you'll start to know blue-winged teal, really fast
Brad
bird,
Allen,
really
what's up,
small. Yeah, so like it's just you get to know the different birds and stuff like that as you hunt. But like another thing that we could get into is decoys and stuff like that.
Oh, dude.
Mark and I run some
we're gonna
spreads.
jump. Yeah, we put out a big
Yeah,
spread.
so that I mean, well, it all coincides with itself, right?
But that's
Like,
more to the goose side. Like,
I'd say it's to the ducks too, though. It depends on the time of the season, but
I mean, teach his own, right?
No,
Because if
it's
you like,
definitely towards the
if you
goose
like to put a
side.
spread out, you like to put a spread
So-
out. Right?
we
So
ran
it
how many?
wouldn't matter.
Like 150 decoys this
We had
year
a
on
bunch.
a couple of our
Yeah,
hunts.
we had a bunch.
I mean, like we ran
for
like
Indiana, like we ain't. We say 150 and people laugh at that because they're putting out spec spreads.
Yeah.
They're putting out snow goose spreads.
Oh, yeah.
And them dudes are
2,000.
dropping 5,000 decoys.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these guys are putting out 5,000
Yeah,
decoys.
but I mean, when you're duck
But
hunting,
when you're where we're at, you put out 200 decoys. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
dumping.
We ended up doing just something that's a little different, and I don't think a lot of these ducks are grouped up in big groups. I mean, we're talking 100 in a group, 250 in a group.
So then
like,
are you setting up over food? Are you setting up
no,
over water?
so we're setting up over water, yeah. But we'll also have
We got some field.
silhouettes.
Yeah,
and
we
some
got some
fields
field.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
we probably put out 100 silhouettes with standing bodies. Yeah, I mean we put out a big I mean we dump a big spread out. When it comes to bird hunting, you're dumping out a big spread.
So the reason why we used so we got like spinners and vibrating decoys to make ripples in the water and stuff like that. This is the best part, right? Is like you're trying to trick an animal, just like when you're turkey hunting or when you're in some cases deer hunting and using decoys. But like you're trying to trick an animal into coming in, and so you're calling it with a a duck call or whatever. Right. Mallards react to duck call, a mallard call really good. So you're tricking that bird into thinking, oh, that's more of me. I got to go down there and get some ass and get on a girl. It's mating time.
Yeah, right.
So it's a pressure on that ass.
So
I love that.
So that's why I personally have connected with duck hunting. I deer hunting, cool. Turkey hunting,
which
cool.
I'm gonna get them on the rut, but that's a whole nother subject. I'm gonna get them on the rut. I'm gonna let them understand what it is chasing them deer.
But no, that's what's cool is like the whole setup. That's what makes it worth it to me. Is like I gotta set up 100 decoys, and I gotta trick these birds into thinking like, hey, that's real. You're calling. It all depends on your calling, on your hide,
the whole
on your
process of itself.
Decoys. Yeah, it's a big process, and all those other different hunting. It's not that much. That's what draws me to fishing too. Is like it's a lot of setup to go fishing. I mean, you're going 80 miles in some cases. You got to get.
Are you doing overnights?
Right line. Yeah. Everything needs to be right.
I'm gonna
so
get you out there
it's
with.
Just a big. It's the.
We're gonna bow fish. We're gonna hit geese out here, Andy. We're gonna do it. I'm going to get them out there, occasional bow fishing, bear archery. You know what it is. But I'm going to get you out there for sure. Yeah, we're going to do it.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, dude, you start shooting fish with a bow, you be like, man, why did I mess with a rod and reel?
Yeah, I mean, bow fishing is something I need to get myself into as well. I mean, that's going to be what happens this year. So, but on that note, explain to me when the season starts in October?
Yeah, there's two splits to the season. So October is the start of the season. Goes through I think mid-November. I haven't looked at it, so don't quote me on it. But then it starts back up end of November and then runs through January 24th. I think is the end of the season. So we end a couple.
Oh, we're gonna get on it.
Yeah, we end a couple weeks earlier than everybody else.
Yeah.
So get on it. Waterfowl. I got one more question, then we'll go from there. Right.
No, yeah.
So. You would rather shoot waterfowl or snow geese?
Oh, no. I duck hunt. Yeah,
snow geese.
Snow geese and so these guys love geese hunting. I will say
when you say snow goose, that's totally different. We don't snow goose hunt.
I haven't been snow goose hunting yet.
Oh, yeah, so I don't snow goose hunting. Canadian
goose hunting or duck hunting?
Yeah,
I guess that's the question. See. Rookie, man, I'm learning.
It's all good. That's what this is about.
This is the best podcast for me to learn. You know what I mean? So, all right. So, goose hunting or duck hunting?
Oh, duck hunting, 100%. I like duck hunting. I rather I let a bunch of geese
I love
go
smacking
by.
them honkers.
Yeah, they are.
He knows me.
I
love smacking them honkers. Boy.
But
they fall like a sack of bricks.
Yeah, I like hearing them hit. Bow.
Yeah. We had one this year. We had one group of birds come in this year of geese, and that was actually cool. We had them. I mean, just
ain't no doubt.
You open up, you have a hole in the decoys, right, for those birds to land in, and they were just they beamed it right towards us. They saw it, they heard us, and they were just coming straight for us. And I think we dropped 10-ish birds out of the group, and it was just insane.
I can't wait to get out there.
Yeah,
I keep hearing
fun.
the stories of it. I keep seeing it happen. I see the videos. I watch it. It's and all I keep hearing about is the adrenaline, how fun it is to actually happen.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it's overall a really cool experience, but it's. it's a really morning thing, morning centric,
Yeah, right.
hunting. It's like real early. You want to be out there. And, we had groups of bird flying before shooting light, because you're only allowed to shoot 30 minutes before light.
Yeah, same thing with deer.
Waterfowl, I think deer you can shoot. I had to look at the rules,
30 minutes before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but waterfowl's to sunrise 30 minutes after sunset, right?
No, it's just sunset. So it's 30 minutes before
sunrise
and then to sunset.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a
was
subtle
one or the
difference
other.
between the two and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Which I never hunt the evening hunts. So.
Yeah, and so we had groups of birds pile in. Like we broke some ice this year. We had like one freeze where we ended up breaking some ice, and we had birds come in, land on the ice, just quack at us. It was ridiculous. And
there's no doubt
and
about
it's
it.
like nothing you could do. It's just watch them, hope light comes quick, and
man,
yeah.
we're gonna get Alan out there.
Yeah,
there's no doubt.
Yeah, this next season or whenever it is, we're all gonna get together and we'll do a waterfowl hunt.
Oh, we're gonna do a live feed on it.
But
there ain't no doubt.
It sounds like that's your passion. It sounds like that's where it's at. So I'm ready to do it. I'm tired of listening about it. So the next opportunity that there is, I'm ready to go duck hunt, goose hunt, geese hunt. I don't care what it is. I want to shoot a bird that flies out the sky. You know what I mean? Get in the water and have some fun and what have you.
It's only spring, y'all.
I know.
Yeah, we got to get started.
We're about to put our work in.
Yeah,
that's right.
We got to start getting ready for duck season this year. So I mean, it doesn't
stop.
stop. Yeah,
that's the best part about it, though. It's year round. It becomes a passion. It becomes part of life. It becomes what you are and who you are is what it becomes, and that's the best part about anything that you hunt. So Jimmy. You taught me a lot, dude.
Thank you guys. I wish I could have gone into more depth, but
hey, we're
gonna continue on as the season comes closer and things like that. We'll have you back on and what have you. But I learned a lot by listening to that myself. If you guys haven't noticed, I've said about 7 words until now because this was very interesting to listen to. So Jimmy, one more time, let everybody know where they can find you and how.
Jim Buckaroo. Yeah, that's my handle. But
on Instagram?
Yeah. So, and then I'm out sport fishing. That's the boat. If you want to follow that page, I'm out sport fishing.
I'm out sport fishing. Throw it out there twice.
That's offshore fishing. That's not deep sea fishing.
Yes. Yeah. If you call it offshore fishing, we know you're from Florida or somewhere like that.
Yeah. You've been there, done that. So, but Jimmy, thanks, man. Thanks for joining us on Journey to the Hunt podcast, man. Guys,
anytime.
This has been another great episode of Journey to the Hunt podcast.